Greece, a land of myth and legend. The birthplace of democracy, philosophy, and the Olympic Games. But how did this small country on the edge of Europe become one of the most influential civilizations in the world? In this video, we will explore the beginning of Greek civilization, from its prehistoric roots to the emergence of the city-states. The history of Greece begins in the mists of prehistory. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of human habitation in Greece dating back over 100,000 years. But it was during the Neolithic period, around 7000 BCE, that the first agricultural communities began to emerge. These early Greeks lived in small villages and relied on farming and herding for their livelihoods. They worshipped a pantheon of gods and goddesses, and their lives were intertwined with the rhythms of the seasons and the natural world. As time went on, these communities grew larger and more complex. They developed trade networks and began to make pottery, jewelry, and other crafts. They also developed a system of writing, known as linear B, which was used to record important information. But this period of prosperity was short-lived. Around 1200 BCE, a series of catastrophic events rocked the Aegean world. The exact cause of these events is still a mystery, but it is believed that a combination of earthquakes, droughts, and invasions from the north led to the collapse of the Mycenaean civilization. The collapse of the Mycenaean civilization marked the beginning of a period known as the Dark Age. For several centuries, Greece was plunged into a time of poverty, population decline, and cultural isolation. But even in this time of darkness, there were signs of hope. The Greeks began to develop a new system of writing, known as the Greek alphabet, which would eventually become the basis for Western literature and philosophy. They also began to establish new settlements and trading networks, which laid the foundation for the emergence of the city-states. By the 8th century BCE, Greece had emerged from its dark age and was entering a period of renewed prosperity. This period saw the emergence of the city-states, independent political entities that were centered around a single city and the surrounding countryside. Each city-state had its own government, laws, and customs. They were often in conflict with one another, but they also shared a common language, culture, and religion. This period also saw the rise of Greek philosophy, literature, and science. The great thinkers of Greece, such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle, laid the foundation for Western thought and intellectual inquiry. The birth of Greek civilization was a long and complex process. It was shaped by geography, climate, history, and the ingenuity of its people. But despite the challenges they faced, the Greeks created a civilization that has left an indelible mark on the world. Their legacy lives on in our language, our politics, our art, and our philosophy.